Flights crash talk, stories untold. Haters talk loud, but the silence being gold. Switched up the whips, matte blackest on the road. Gas in my lungs, see the fakes untold. Meetings on Zoom, numbers in the green. Flipping all these plays, no time for the scene. Crypto been my hustle, yeah, the mission is supreme. Grinding at night, watching memes on my screen. Wisdom in pockets, the knowledge in books. Pride like a lion, but my vision never shook. Mistakes got them lessons, I'm just reading through the hooks. Take accountability, I'm writing through the looks. Fashion on point, stitches hand sewn. City to city on my damn own. Living up to high, start linked by the phone. Minimal moves, but the wealth in the zone. Rigorous hustle, no time to relax. Training my mind, but my body intact. Prepared for the worst, but I'm watching all the facts. Apocalypse ready, I'm just built to adapt. Money printer on, I save when I can. Hustle too different, they don't understand. Woman want the truth, I'm just giving them the plan. Gotta stay smart with the world in my hands. War ain't the answer, I'm standing on my name. Doubt don't affect me, I'm staying in my lane. Grinding till I'm late through the losses and the gains. Business keep me coming, I'm just built for this game. New city, new suite, book till fall. Meetings on meetings, I ain't missing no calls. Laptop open, flipping plays till I stall. Meme coins running, money stacking too tall. Buddy on point, discipline and stay tight. Training like a war, coming mind sharp like knives. Survivalist mode, I ain't blinded by the lights. Living off the grid, just me in the heights. Minimal life, but the wealth stay strong. Starlink connected, yeah, the signal too strong. They flexing all that money, but they vision all wrong. Saving over spending, let the bag live on. Pride like a lion.
Hold on, chat. Why my internet going slow? 1 second. Let's see here. I might have to go live on my I might have to go live on my other platform. Y'all can hear me? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't know why I'm kind of skipping there. I can see the comments here. Was kind of skipping there. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Let's get the screen back up. What's the word, chat? What's the word? We got the live stream popping. We're gonna talk about some altcoins today. Okay, you can hear me. Good to know. Good to know y'all up in here, man. Hop in here, Steve. What's the word, baby? How you doing today, man? It's Friday, Freaky Friday, fast running, independent day, and aggressive yuppie day. All right, we're going into the weekend with some green bubbles. Salute to my Tau fam. We up 13% on the day. I got a little, you know what I'm saying? I got some money I'm trying to put into crypto, man. I'm about to do my DCA. I'm about to do a DCA. I'm hoping that we can get a red day, you know, and then like within the week or so, because I plan on doing like a massive DCA. I missed out on a last couple of DCAs, right? But you know, tax season is over with. Yeah, Tau's up 13%. Tax season is over with, so now I'm ready to get a nice, good DCA, man. Like and subscribe if you just excited as me to get your DCA on, guys. This is what we subscribe over here on this channel. Hustle over hopium. My name is Crypto Million. Every day I talk about crypto. Now let's go over the news, because as of now, you know what I mean? Yeah, boy. You know, your boy was in the trenches. But, you know, I ain't really in the trenches today. But, you know, a little bit about what's going on with the news, right? We could potentially this week get some more information on the tariff deal, right? So China and U.S. could finally lock in a tariff deal as soon as next week. So we'll know more information on that. I think the one thing that's kind of like holding up the market at this point is Jay Powell. In fact, Jay Powell has been so stubborn to where Trump is now talking about giving him the golden boot. Yes, booting this MFer up out of the office. He got to go. Powell, like it was nice knowing you, bro, but you got to go, dog. Deuces, bro. So Trump already talking about like we got to get this guy up out of here, right? He got to go, right? It's a 90% chance of another pause in the midst of the macro. Um, which I know a lot of people are going through stuff in real life because I talk to people, right? I've talked to people that say like, hey, we just don't got the extra money. These are people that make $80,000, $100,000 a year, guys. Still like having to pay mortgage, having to deal with real life. So what really is lacking today in the cryptocurrency space is simply liquidity. I don't know if you guys seen AI Millie and pay attention to some of my shorts, but I gave you guys the gist of what we need for an altcoin season. We need Bitcoin dominance to break 50%, right? And we need Ethereum to enter price discovery, right? Because guess what? A lot of the tokens that we hold, we love, do sit on ERC20 tokens. Salute to Tau pumping during the stream, man. If you hold Tau, let me know in the stream, guys. I'm very, very excited about what Tau is doing. In fact, I've been talking about Tau really, really strong for the last 2 months, right? We're up on multiple subnets here. So we are up on multiple subnets. I just recently did a video for the Patreon, probably like 10 minutes ago. So if you are into exclusive content, consider checking out the Patreon. But Data Universe, Nova, Doja, Sports Tensor, some of the Tau subnets that I also hold. And there's news coming out that subnets will soon be able to create mini subnets within the subnet. So why, Millie, why are you so bullish on Tau? The reason I'm bullish on Tau is because Tau is the direct competitor to something like OpenAI and Grok. And unlike OpenAI, right? Because I think Elon has a whole bunch of GPUs, right? But Tau, they have their GPUs are born within the ecosystem, right? So you get incentivized to actually build and lend out your GPU compute power. So it's a lot more cheaper for AI companies to invest, to build and develop on top of the Tile ecosystem. Not only that, you can buy some subnets, or you can just put your tile to work in the root and earn 30% right now in the APY. Now that does change, right? That does change, right? I'm just as of now, right? But there's so many different ways you can make money in cryptocurrency. And I think a lot of people, they get bored and they think the only way to make money in cryptocurrency is actually entering the casino. But DeFi is still here, guys. DeFi is still here and alive. I know a lot of y'all like XCN. XCN is also down 7.1% on the day. I've been personally doing a lot of research on ZBCN, right? So I did release a little bit of my research on in the Patreon on ZBCN. I'm starting to get a little bit bullish on payment DeFi. I want to add a payment DeFi token to my portfolio. I just mentioned this actually in the Discord. I said it really makes no sense for me to hold something like XRP, XCN, and ZBCN, right? They're all like payment DeFi narrative. Pick one. I think ZBCN has the most potential out of all of them because of the lower market caps and their ability to tailor to retail. From what I've personally seen, they got massive lore for retail, right? If you own a small business, or you let's say you pay entrepreneurs or freelancers for gigs. Well, you can pay them by the second using ZBCN as their payroll technology within their platform. So that kind of was very, very, very intriguing to me. And I'm like, okay, I want to definitely have a payment DeFi token in my portfolio. I think with the rise of cryptocurrency, you're seeing MasterCard, you're seeing Visa, you see a lot of these you're seeing a lot of these web 2 card companies actually align with some of these crypto companies, specifically ZBC, and they also have their own blockchain, but they are Solana token, but they actually do have their own blockchain as well. So I've done research on ZBC, and I'm starting to warm up to it. I don't like having two products under the same umbrella, right? Narrative, unless I'm going with a beta play. So, for example, a beta play to Jasmine, right? Let's say, well, Millie, Jasmine has been going through a lot of FUD. And I keep it real, right? Jasmine really, really does need to get out of the monitoring zone, right? Because there's other projects that's starting to creep into the big data market. And for example, DAG Constellation is one of them, right? They're already partnered with the military for streamlining data, right? They're also partnering with EV companies to streamline data and help with like smart cities, right? To streamline that data. So the big data market is going to be insane. Um, and let's say well, you like Millie, I want to invest into a big data market crypto company, but I want to keep it in the U.S. Constellation would be the one, right? It's a great beta fade to Jasmine. Don't get me wrong, big fan of Jasmine. Nothing changes with Jasmine, but if a project is going through some type of flood, you always want to have a backup plan. I think Constellation is something that I've been warming up to investing in. And I like the fact that it's bred in the US and they're already doing a lot of things with the data, with some of the partnerships that they do have. So these are the three projects I've been spending most of my research on. If you want in-depth research, that video is now live on the Patreon. Let me get into some of these comments and kind of like talk to the people that's out here. Stig, what's the word, man? Just got the coffee brewing. Time to wake that sup. Going to dig in the couch cushions for some more DC. Yeah, I'm DCAing, bro. A nice little bag already ready to go to put into some solid projects. I don't think you got to go too DJing unless you're trying to make some quick money right now. I also got a little bag sat away for the trenches, right? Because I'm trying to make a quick 30K or something, right? I'm trying to turn, I'm trying to make a quick 30K. I don't know about y'all. I'm trying to run 30K. This is the towel guy. What's up, Carlos? Here we go. You know what happened when he got called the Jasmine guys? Looks like I should get some popcorn too. Oh no, I'm Tao Maxi, man. I'm a Tao Maxi, bro. I'm doing stuff within the Tao ecosystem. And I like what they are doing, right? Big fan of Tao. Big fan of AI, right? Big fan of AI. I mean, if you can't ignore what's actually going on with AI. So, like I said, in my opinion, great fade. Again, great fade, right? Constellation's mission is to make big data processing secure, cost effective, and accessible, especially for industries like automotive, finance, and government. It's partnered with major players like the U.S. Air Force, Amazon Web Services, and Chainlink, right? So showing real credibility. So again, like AI, big data market, it only makes sense in my opinion. Now, looking at the crypto total market cap from a grand scheme of things, right? Because we need to know if altcoins are prepared to go up. I really like what I'm seeing here with the total three. So the total three looks like it's trying to put in a huge bull flag here, right? Huge bull flag here, right? Can this break to the upside? We'll just have to see if it can get above the trend line, right? Stock RSI cross looks like it's trying to happen, but no confirmation yet above 20. Would love to see the total three get above the 21-day EMA to print us that buy signal like we seen here. We had a nice good buy signal here for the total three, and we see a nice move from altcoins, right? Well, that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for this move here with the total three, where we get this breakout bull flag, right? And the last time we got that, altcoins in totality, right, excluding BTC and ETH, went up about 80%, right? So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a nice move for altcoins, and we'll just have to see how the market reacts on Monday, right? Because we are going into the weekend, and J Powell still trying to pause, right? And you know this market is very frustrating. I can agree with you guys. It gets a little bit frustrating, man. It does get a little bit frustrating here. I also got a watch list of meme coins. Guys, I'm a big fan of meme coins, so I do got a watch list of meme coins and a few other lower cap plays that I'm watching, like AXGT, Pythia, and some things in the decentralized science field. So yeah, I talk about Jasmine and Tao. Of course, some of my favorite projects to talk about because the channel does need social engagement. But I'm well versed when looking into different cryptocurrencies. Right, good to see Farcoin down 13%. Right, in my opinion, I think this is going to be one of the best performing meme coins if we do get the next leg up. Feel free to share your favorite altcoins. We will check them out. We got 18 people in here. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Actually, let me get this stream shared over here on Twitter, guys. Also, like. We need more likes. We're gonna share this on Twitter right now. Don't mind asking questions. You know, guys, when I see you guys do your little shills, I go and research that, right? And I pay attention to the social engagement. And when I see a good project getting lots of social engagement, that really piques my interest, right? It really piques my interest. That's what kind of started my research on stuff like ZBCN and XCN and even XRP. We had a great conversation about XRP in the Discord a few days ago. Yeah, make sure you guys go follow me on X. STX, LimeWire, Gun, Lion, Crow, Elon, Grass, and Soul. Yeah, man. Not a bad lineup. Not a bad lineup. ZBCN was buffing yesterday. Yeah, man. A lot of people have been hopping on the stream and even on Twitter and X talking about ZBCN. It reminds me of XCN before XCN pumped, right? XCN before it pumped, everybody was like, XCN, JPM, going down the rabbit hole, BlackRock, and then you kind of seen the community forming around the conspiracies. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing because I've said it before. Like, I love delusional communities. I think that projects that have delusional communities in the midst of it being a bearish environment is actually fucking bullish, right? So I seen the whole XCN community coming together and then the price action eventually followed. The same thing could be said for something like ZBCN, right? ZBCN has one of the strongest charts, and outside of these payment projects that focus on DeFi payments, they seem to be the one that have figured out retail, right? So when these companies, which companies are already working with ZBCN, right? These companies, what they'll do is they'll adopt this payroll payment technology to instantly pay. So instead of having to wait for your payment every 2 weeks or every week, as a freelancer, or 3 to 5 days on something like Venmo or whatever, Square, whatever people use, you got ZBCN that does it in seconds. Seconds. Whatever I owe you, you get paid in seconds just like that. So this works good for freelancers, people who do music, and just going in down the rabbit hole and seeing how their crypto card works is also something that could pick up a lot of adoption as people want to use these privacy cards, these privacy crypto cards. Now that Monero and a lot of these private crypto companies have seen their case being dropped by the SEC, you're also starting to see that privacy narrative come back around, which I don't think it's a bad thing, right? Everybody wants to talk about, oh, crypto is trustless and transparent, but like, not everybody wants that, right? Just because you want it doesn't mean everybody wants that. Some people want like to be private, right? I don't want to be like trading meme coins and everybody fucking know my wallet and I'm trying to and they're copy trading. Like, don't copy trade me, right? Yeah, that shit's profitable, but nah, it's not, it doesn't help your followers. It actually hurts your followers. So the stuff that ZBCN is working to accomplish, I actually admire. And the fact that they're tailoring their DeFi payment services to retail and businesses and small businesses is even more admirable if this thing does get adopted. So definitely a project to keep an eye on. And like I said, guys, I go back and I do research on some of this stuff that y'all do show me. Kind of a quiet day in crypto. Is the interest kind of like drop? Let's check here. Let's check the. It's early in the morning, guys. I know y'all don't expect me to jump around and tap dance early in the morning. Let's check the Google Trends here. Let's see what's going on, right? Actually, put this back on ZBCN here. Looks like my internet kind of like started acting all crazy. What's going on outside? No point in really checking the stocks today because it's Friday, right? Stocks close. So actually, let's check some of the Google Trends, right? I'm about to get me some. I'm about to get me a new internet provider, bro, because I'm starting to think these dudes is ass. Real. And then I got some more outreach content coming from you guys, so be looking out for that. Yeah, yeah, man. Crypto, right? Let's go to past what 12 months. Actually, let's go to 5 years to see how the sentiment kind of aligns for what you're going. Yeah, sentiment is at its all-time low. So you can see like the views on the stream are down. Everything is down, right? This is actually the time you want to pay attention if you're investing, right? Yeah, it sounds cliche. It's painful. We get it. I know it. Bear market could probably start tomorrow on Monday. I get all the doubts, right? I'm not here to convince you, right? I'm just here speaking from hours of research I've done on some of the greatest investors, hours of books that I've read on some of the greatest investors, and the common denominator is paying attention to risk on assets when things are so-called quiet, where there's no interest, where there's FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. When the fear and greed index is max fairish, right? Not max bearish, but max fairish, right? These are the times where you want to start aligning your chips. So when you see me talking to like, yeah, I'm prepared now for a massive DCA. I'm prepared for a massive DCA. I'm looking to straight buy the dip, right? I'm seeing things oversold. There's a little strength, and I'm taking a chance here because we could go lower, and I'm not putting it all into one clip. I will gradually DCA, right? Be smart about it. But this is the best time to pay attention to when the interest in crypto is at its lowest. It's literally, guys. We're literally the interest in crypto is literally lower, almost as low as C19 around the time we had C19, right? It's almost as low as there. So you could take it from face value. Not really letting this market per se stress me out, but hey, you can do what you do. All right, you can do what you do. Let's see here. Crypto Homes, what's good, brother? One project that seriously got me into crypto was XYO. I bought into the company during a fundraiser when they sold shares of the company back in two. Yeah, that's an OG, bro. I haven't heard about that. Wise mine, what you laughing about, bro? What you laughing about, bro? Please tell me. Do I got a storm or something going on? What's going on with my internet? All right, hold on, chat. Let's pull it back up. I definitely won't be using this platform tomorrow if I live stream. Did you see the 200% candle on Zebek yesterday on KuCoin chart? I wonder what caused that. Nah, I didn't see the 200%. I seen people talking about it in the Discord. I seen a lot of people like Millie ZBCN is going crazy, and I've been paying attention to it because that's what I'm saying. Like when I see a project that has utility and use case, but you start to see the meme community start to form around it. I'm not saying these guys are like meme coin community people, but the feeling, the sentiment, the community around the utility token feels a bit memeish. That's bullish. That's really bullish. That's what you want from your utility token, right? You want your utility token to have this meme type of community around it, right? Kind of like delusionalness. I'm not calling people delusional, but I like utility tokens or even meme coin communities that have delusional communities. Like it's like you looking at everybody like read the room. But everybody's just bullish. No matter if it's a bearish environment, no matter if it's bullish, just delusional. That's the type of communities that I like to see from not just utility tokens, but also memes. Yeah, bro. You know how it is. They we wanted Millie to react, bro. The whole area with location GPS decentralization that came out with the app that could ping your location and earn XY earned around $100 to $200. That grew around 1,300. Are you still invested into XYO? ZBCN gonna cook? You got a bag now, Wise Mind? Yeah, the utility is pretty neat. The utility is actually really good. Like I've been doing some research on this, guys. I got some hit articles that I created coming for ZBCN. I've been listening. I've been listening. Y'all want some ZBCN content? Maybe if I grab it back, I'll start talking about it. I'm still trying to decide what my DeFi payment token is going to be in my portfolio. I guess it comes down to XRP, XLM, XCN, and ZBCN. And I think that ZBCN is the one, in my opinion, that has the most potential when I look at market cap to potential. I would like to see the liquidity ratio a little bit higher. It seems like the liquidity is kind of low with the death ratio, which means that if somebody full ports a bag or clips a bag, it could really, really move the price. So, something that I definitely think people should be um paying attention to more, right? But like what they see, you probably wondering what I'm talking about when I say liquidity death ratio. So we can just go to coin market cap and I can show you guys what I'm talking about very, very quickly. ZBCN, right? Salute to Miles, man. He put me onto this in the midst of the mantra hack or sell off or full clip leverage dump, whatever it was, right? But just paying attention, if whatever exchange that you're buying this project on, you want to just pay attention to the liquidity death ratio, especially if you're a whale, because you can really, really move the price. So let's say I buy ZBCN on crypto.com, which is my personal exchange. If you want to buy ZBCN on crypto.com, go down one of my Jasmine videos, click the referral link, and you could probably earn 25 to 50 bucks starting you a crypto.com account. So definitely want to put that out there. 2% death ratio. So if I bought $44,000 worth of ZBCN on crypto.com with Zabek, it would move the price 2%. If I sold $20,000 worth of Zabek on crypto.com, it would move the price 2% to the downside. So you just want to make sure you understand how this works, especially if you got a big bag of a project and you're trying to either get in or get out, right? Liquidity rules. Just remember that. So I would like to see these numbers a little bit more higher across these exchanges. But for the most part, the project is pretty liquid on deck. So there is potential there to get listed on more exchanges. And it hasn't had its pump yet. It's a rather new project, and it hasn't really had its pump just yet. Though they did migrate right to ZBCN, right? And I want to say I talked about this project when it was ZBC. I don't know. I don't know why I really, really believe I covered this project, but it was named something. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but yeah, just pay attention to that, guys. Understand how the liquidity works within some of these projects, and always do research on the token unlocks, right? You always want to make sure you understand what's going on here with the token unlocks, and have a good understanding of your investment, right? Not just when to buy and when to sell. It's a lot that goes into these utility investments, because their FDV and market caps are totally different from investing in like a meme coin or something, unless the meme coin has done like a 90% burn or 70% burn, what we see from some meme coins, to kind of make them hyper deflationary. So just keep that in mind, chat. Keep that in mind. Go back to the crypto bubbles here. But when are we gonna get this deal, man? When are we gonna get this deal so we can finally get back cooking? I'm also creating a streamline a news tracker. So guys, if you want this news tracker, it's not free, right? I've shared it with one person, AOKG, so he knows exactly. He's seen it. He's like, "Wow, Millie, you built that." So I created a news tracker. So if anybody that's looking to instantly get news right now, it's through email. I can create this email list or whatever. If you are interested in that, let me know in the Discord, right? Try to figure out a way to create utility towards it, or make it subscription based, or for the people only in the Patreon. So I'm thinking, like, I don't know how I want to do it yet, whether it be the Patreon, whether it be the council, but I've created a news tracker. So if you want crypto news straight streamlined directly to your email every time some breaking news happens in crypto, I've already created that. I don't know if I haven't made it. I don't know yet if I'm gonna do it just for the Patreon, just the council. I gotta figure a way to monetize it, which I've been trying to think about how I'm going to monetize, but it won't be free because it's instant news, breaking news, just like that. So what it does is it helps you stay intact with the trends. Let's say you're doing meme coin training and you want to make sure you always get the latest news, the breaking news on the trends, everything crypto, just crypto, and even world news, macro news. That would be a great way to keep yourself in the know for any possible new launches. But I think everybody should use something like that, because that way, if you're working, right, you instantly get the notification. You don't gotta be like, oh, strolling and shit through while you trying to, like, you do whatever type of work. You might be building something, right, and you trying to look at your phone and you trying to, you know, hit a nail in with your hammer, and you fuck around and hit your finger with the hammer or something because you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just get the notification whenever some important news comes. So if you're interested in that, I am trying to find a way to monetize the news tracker that I did build, but it's almost done. It's almost done, guys. So be looking for that. Let's get into some of these comments here. See what we got cooking. All right, we got 27 people here. Look like everybody is in here. I'm not getting no notification. I'm like, well, the stream was kind of light for a second. I was feeling kind of bad, but I did share it on X, guys. Share this on X. I'm going to start streaming also on Kick and directly on X, so we can get more people up in here. Yeah, I've been in that project. Remember, I was talking about it when we had a debate the other day before I lost reception in the Discord. What's up, Louis? Crypto.com. I sold 30% ZBC in today, some profit on KuCoin at 3x some in hours. Yeah, I've been hearing everybody talk about that. Dr. Sheba, glad you made some profits. The biggest influence on me was getting in crypto seriously was Dogecoin. I made the biggest bag fumbled all time. I bought about 900,000 back at way under a penny and got impatient. And so yeah, that would have looked really, really nice at 74 cent raw hit. I didn't receive the notification, may be an issue with YouTube. Yeah, YouTube like really does me wrong, bro, with the whole notification thing. I don't know what's going on. I think what I'll have to do is I'll start having to schedule the live streams, pre-schedule them like I see some of the YouTubers do, and maybe you guys can get in early before I actually go live, right? But it is what it is at this point. This is why I try to do things outside of just YouTube. All right, let's see if some news is coming in. See if we got something coming in. Put some news. Bitcoin. Yeah, slow day in crypto, man. Feel free to shill your altcoins, guys. Any charts y'all want me to check out, shill them. I'll check them out while we on live. We just got a cool stream today. I'm getting prepared for the NBA playoffs, man. The play-in, the rest of the NBA play-in tonight. So that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to tonight. Seeing the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Dallas. I don't know how Dallas beat the Kings the other day. That was crazy. Nothing really happening in crypto. Yo, I didn't know this was the little boy from the Sixth Sense that played in The Boys. Have you ever seen The Boys TV show? He was like a superhero in The Boys that like has like psychic powers. I didn't know this was the guy that played in The Sixth Sense when I was a kid. That's crazy, right? He don't look totally different from how he looked as a kid. Crazy. Are groceries still expensive where y'all at, guys? Could get a recession, man. We could enter a recession, man. We just not seeing that liquidity. We're not seeing that liquidity. We're just not seeing that interest in crypto, that hype. Just imagine, you know, 2 months ago when we had all that hype, like where everybody was talking about crypto, people were hitting me up like, Millie, what's up with crypto? What should I be buying? I'm started. Like, to anybody that was hitting me up then, this is the time where you really supposed to lock in. You don't supposed to like just go crazy buying when everybody talking about crypto. This is the time where you supposed to put in the legwork, man. Put in the legwork. I can't stress this enough. I'm getting more and more excited, right? Because we're starting to kind of like go sideways in a little bit of a choppy manner. I mean, we could check out let's just go to total three, because the total three is like, I don't even want to say sideways. It's more like a slow bleed right now. But now we're kind of like headed to the area of structure here, right? We got this structure that I just think we need to hold here, right? And then you can see that the total cryptocurrency market cap is working to hold that structure, right? Because if we start to lose some of the structure here, then we got to talk about retesting some of the structure a little bit lower. So it's just very important that we hold this moving average, which is the 50-day moving average on the total cryptocurrency market cap, severely oversold. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bounce. Outlier here is we got moving averages trending to the downside in the midst of macro fears, right? Jay Powell continues to do the opposite of what President Trump wants. And he's vocal about it. He even said President Trump can't fire him, right? It'd be illegal if he tried to fire him, right? President Trump is ready to get Jay Powell up out of there. He ready to get dog. He gotta go. He gotta go. And it really makes no sense that everybody is already starting to turn on the money printer and even do more cuts, right? Silent QE. And he's just like 90% pause. At this point, he's like purposely. It's like he's purposely does not want to align with Trump is working to accomplish. And this is at the this is at the expense of millions and billions of people, man. That's getting wrecked because of the pettiness between these two guys. It's like the Jasmine versus Binance pettiness, right? It's like Horror is literally trying to do everything to please Binance. He's going out there meeting with Binance. You know, they got more market makers. They got listed on more exchanges, right? They're being more proactive of what's going on with Junction and the utility of Jasmine on how you get incentivized through using Junction and earning Jasmine. And no matter what they do, Binance like, oh yeah, monitoring tag. You motherfuckers about to get delisted. Vote for Jasmine. And it's like, bro, like why? You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with Jay Powell. It's like he's deliberately. He already said his favorite central banker was Paul Volcker. This guy is not for the people, man. He's not for the people. I'm sorry, allegedly, whatever. I don't care at this point. I don't think he's for the people. You know what I mean? I think that right now we've got embedded in this chess match, and we're caught between crossfire and friendly fire between Trump and then Jay Powell. So who knows, man? Who knows? The only thing we can do is subscribe to our theme on this channel. Hustle over hopium. Hustle over hopium. Bitcoin is moving like a stable coin out this mug, bro. Good Friday, got everyone sleeping in. Yeah, man, I see a lot of people off today. Vote is the ultimate token for this bull run. It has more utilities than top cryptos. Vote is going to have a legendary run. Good to see Vote coming back with a little bit of people getting back excited about it, man. Haven't heard about that token in a while. I like Juris Protocol and Luna Classic. It's on CoinGecko. Groceries have gone down where I'm at in Tennessee. Well, that's good to know. I know a lot of people been talking about eggs. So I guess the tariffs are helping with inflation. Or does it hurt inflation? I don't know. You get some people say it helps with inflation. Some people say it causes inflation. At this point, I don't even know. Yes, groceries are expensive. Okay, so there we go. We got a mixed signal right there. The fight between both is not good for anybody. Too much ego with Jerome. I agree 110%, Luis. It like when you every time he speaks, you can just sense the saltiness. Whenever every time somebody asks him about Trump, you can feel the saltiness just coming out of him, just nothing but salt, right? And come on, in the way that the economy looks right now, no way it should be a 90% chances of a pause in the midst of us going through tariffs and shit. And he's like, oh yeah, the economy is fine. I don't see anything wrong with the economy. It looks good and strong to me. Yeah, the data. Get your goofy ass up out of here, bro. Goofy, straight goofy, and cool with me though. Keep pausing, selling May and go away. I'll be buying in May to get paid in Q4, right? When everybody is, I want everybody to just sell in May and go away. Please do me a justice and send us to the shadow realm. Sell in May and go away because I got a nice little bag of stables ready. Sell in May and go away so Millie can get paid. I don't care. I got my stables ready for anybody that's subscribing to the sell in May. It's too late for me to sell in May and go away. I can't sell in May and go away. I'm already. I didn't sell. It was supposed to be sell in January, and that's the one thing that I know. Next bull cycle, or if we run up whatever by the end of this year, you know, this is especially with looking at how the things go with taxes. This is what I've learned. No matter what, like January 1, sell everything. No matter what, just not sell. I don't want to see it like that, but January 1. Next time, I'm just selling everything or most of it. Right. That way, I'm properly prepared for taxes. It's the next year, so I don't got to worry about that going on the previous year. And I think that's the mistake that I made, right? You know what I'm saying? I didn't, which is cool, right? Now I'm holding all these cryptos, but I should have just sold everything January 1, right? And then re-prepared myself for my portfolio in the next year. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. January 1, I'm selling everything, no matter what the market is. And then I'm properly aligning myself again in building up my portfolio, right? Or selling most of the stuff I don't care about, right? And I'm not talking about conviction plays. I'm just talking about just a portfolio that has a whole bunch of shit in it, some up, some down. I'm just getting rid of it January 1, 2025, because like looking over everything in hindsight, right? That's the move that should have been done, right? You sell everything January 1, bam, you knock your taxes out, woo, woo, woo. Now we lock back in. Let's just build a portfolio for this year, right? I think that's kind of like how I'm going to do things from now on, right? Because if I would have did that, that would have been like perfect aligning for everything that I got personally going on in my life. I don't know. I'm just kind of like talking right now. Don't mind me, guys. I respect anybody's opinion. Like I said, I'm not gonna fud anybody's bags. Me personally, I just wouldn't buy anything on Terra Luna Classic. I'm not buying nothing on Terra Luna Classic. Nothing. Nothing off Terra Luna Classic. I just not a chain I would buy anything on. No offense to anybody out there. Fire Gensler now, Powell. Yeah, man. Powell gotta go. Is you not seeing what he's on? I'm not too deep into the whole political side of things, but I saw where they reported true inflation was around. I mean, yeah, we could check that out, right? True inflation. It would. The stupid website don't want to work. Oh my god, I hate when my computer does this. True inflation. Let's see if we can find it on X. Give them a follow. True inflation. Let's see here. Weekless jobless claims. Okay, initial claims of 215,000, lower than expected. Down 9,000 from last week. Insured unemployment rate 1.2%. Interchange from prior weeks counting claims. Up 41,000 from last week, revised. So more unemployment coming in. Labor market remains tight on the surface, though the rise in continuing claims might hint at some softening beneath the hood. So yeah, we're one step closer to some solid QE here, right? The labor market, you would say, is stable, but you're starting to see increases of unemployment coming in. So So, but what Jay Powell is going to say is, as long as the labor market is stable, there won't be any type of QE or a Fed cut. All right, this is what he's looking at, right? So, I mean, when we couple that with the XHB home builders market, are we seeing weakness in the market? I would argue we are, right? The XHB has still been trending in a downtrend, right? The home builders market, it is severely oversold. I will say that. It's a good chance that it does come to retest our box here, which is 86, which we said that's the number we want to hold, right? But if it does break 86 and we start to see more unemployment numbers rising, again, this is could be a sign that something is happening, you know, behind the scenes or behind the hood. So again, guys, you let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. According to the true inflation here, the inflation is going down, right? So inflation is going down. So this is what Trump was talking about. His tariffs actually are assisting with the inflation going down. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Inflation going down. Unemployment is not too much of a change. The job market seems to be stable. So as long as inflation is going down and the job market is stable, this is why, according to the data and what Powell is looking for, he doesn't see the need to pause. He's like, economy is doing great. Inflation is going down despite the tariffs. No reason to cut. We'll just continue to pause. Everything that's happening actually backs his claims. He looks at the data, the job data, the inflation data, and he's like, economy's still strong. No need to cut. But it's like we don't feel it. We don't feel it until it's too late, right? You just kind of slowly feel it. I know I feel it. Okay, so when you're in marketing, especially in an area like crypto, right? Kind of explain what's going on. So when you're in marketing, especially crypto, right? You know, uh, like I was looking when I was going over through my numbers, I was like, wow, looking at, my marketing deals and stuff like that. And like I seen a huge difference between my marketing deal numbers in 2024 to the first 3 to 4 months that we've been in 2025. Way different. Like, and it can attribute to two things. It could be the loss of interest in crypto, or it could be the rise of AI, where I guess companies like, okay, who needs marketing when we got AI? We can utilize AI in some of these platforms, which is fair, right? And this is why AI, you can see like the growth of AI, right? But the fact that a lot of the fact that the VC funding has went down is also a something that we need to pay attention to, right? So if I just go down to let me actually show you guys what I'm talking about here. Let me see if I can actually find it. Big data. Where is it? Screenshot of ChatGPT. Hold on, let me find it, guys. Let me find it. Is this it? This might be it here. Venture funding. All right, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'll go to my X page. Make sure you go follow me on X at Altcoin Millie. But this is what I'm talking about here. Like I said, I post some of this stuff to my X first. All right, so venture funding, right? So the marketing and the deals coming in has slowed down, but the one thing that I've been really paying attention to is VC funding, right? And it's down tremendously from 2024 and 2023, right? A lot of venture capital seems to be more conservative with their money right now instead of investing into small crypto companies or crypto companies with potential. So when you look at all the numbers, the fact that venture capital is going down, the marketing is going down, so many things have slowed down. And talking to regular people is like, yeah, you can feel the tightness of the economy, but it happens slowly. Like you don't just instantly, oh my God, I'm feeling it now. You kind of like start to feel it's like you in a room and the room is closing in on you, right? And you start to feel that tightness, right? How we were carrying ourselves maybe last year or a few months ago with your finances is probably totally different to what you're doing now. You're probably not as loose with your finances right now. You're probably not as lenient with your finances right now. You're probably like every dollar counts. Every dollar that I put into something, I have to make it matter. I got to make it, you know what I'm saying, be sustainable. So I've seen the slowness of the economy. I've been slowly seeing it, right? So fuck what Powell talking about because he looking at some lagging data. I'm going off what's actually happening, which I see myself. So it is what it is. Y'all be the judge, but until we see some type of end to QT or Fed cut, we'll continue to be in this chop. How do we go up with no new liquidity? It just ain't happening. It just ain't happening. It's going to continue to be market makers chopping and extracting liquidity from retail investors that don't know this information. Not that they're not smart, they just don't know this information. So just keep that in mind. Crypto is still a risk on asset and it's still driven by liquidity. And people just need to realize that and stop fighting the Fed. But, of course, everybody wants altcoin season to happen tomorrow. Not happening. Not happening, right? Not happening. As long as we're in this environment where liquidity is being restricted, not happening. Globally, it's already starting to get loose in some places, but right now, especially where we're at, or most of y'all at, I don't know, most of y'all in the States, whatever, things are very, very restrictive. And people are now starting to be in that mindset state of preserve. I need to preserve. I need to preserve, Millie. I need to preserve. Versus, I need to spend. I need to spend some of this. I need to spend some of this. You see the difference? Crazy, but that's exactly what's going on. Let's get into some of these comments here. Just gonna keep buying out. It is what it is. I still believe we have a good run with altcoins between June and July. What's a good run? What's a good run? What do you think is a good run? Only sold some ZBCN as cash bills. I probably buy back the same amount May 4th. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect example. The whole egotistical pissing contest between those who are directly impact our money and how it spends is highly infuriating. Well, hey, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think we're in the crossfire. Again, your perspective is your reality. Um, I think Powell personally is late. I think he's waiting too long. You know what I mean? I can't sit here and act like pausing is good in this type of environment, but for anybody that's looking to buy cryptocurrency and for the low on the dip, then this is a great opportunity. I think it's all on how, how you like. For instance, if you're just getting into crypto or you're just looking to invest into some risk on assets, let's just fuck crypto. Let's just say risk on assets, and you're coming in this type of environment. Well, yeah, you're happy. You're like, yes, I got things on sale. I can like gradually DCA. I can start to build my portfolio. But if you've been in crypto and you didn't take profits in January, you're kind of like, oh shit, I'm stuck holding the bag. Or you got into crypto in January and bought everything at the top. Now you like, fuck, I'm down 70% on my portfolio. So I think it just comes down to perspective. We got Crypto Playground in here. He says, not the popular opinion, but I think Powell is doing his job and doing it well. Yeah, well, if his job is to look at the data and make a decision based on the data, well, he's doing his job well. His big thing was, hey, I'm going to look at the data. If the labor market is still strong, right, and nothing crazy happens within the economy, labor market still strong, uh, economy still strong, and so what he's saying is labor market still strong, inflation going down. Why are we cutting rates? Because if we cut the rates, inflation is going to go up. So right now we're in an area where he has no choice to do what he's doing, right? Because the inflation is going down, the labor market is staying strong, but the labor market is also starting to show weaknesses, right? Unemployment is slowly ticking up. People are now subscribing to get second jobs. So it's not a lot of people looking for new jobs or unemployed people getting jobs. It's people who are already employed getting second jobs now to make sure they can operate with everyday life and have some extra money even after, taking care of their responsibilities. So, you can't really get mad at Powell because he is doing exactly what he said he's doing. He's looking at the data. Labor market is strong. Inflation is going down. I don't need to cut rates or stop QT if it's working. And it's working, right? The problem is, so is the debt is going up, right? Because now people are getting over their head with mortgages. Car repos are also rising, and the U.S. debt is now becoming unsustainable, according to what Jay Powell, right? He said this in the latest Fed minutes. Like the U.S. debt is now becoming unsustainable. So now we have a debt crisis, which we've already been in. And people would argue, well, Millie, we're in the credit cycle. Well, if we're in the credit cycle, then you better be anticipating a major crash. Because in order for us to hit QE or get a Fed cut, we got to crash first. Something has to go wrong. And to be fair, according to Powell, nothing has broken yet. So in order for him to move, he needs something to seriously break. That's where Trump comes in. Trump is doing his best to break something. This is the reason of the tariffs and the 245% and all this shit. He's trying his best to break something, right? So that Powell will finally succumb to his wishes. Pause, motherfucker. Pause. Nobody seen it coming. AI was bullish. And then December, Trump going into office, we all thought we was getting on the rocket. Yeah. Look, that's what I'm like, yo. We about to send, bro. We leaving the station. We are leaving the station. But we were just too excited, and we never considered Fed still restrictive. Fed still restrictive. We just so freaking bullish, and we ignoring the Fed is still restricting monetary policy. Fed is still restricting monetary policy. The Fed is still fucking restricted. Now, how much times we gotta bump our head? But that's what happens every time. We get so wrapped up in bullish that we keep fighting the Fed, man. 1 million Luke is about $60. That's what's up, man. They can keep that 1 million Luke. I'll pass on that. Here's my bag. Velo, ICP, ZBCN, Mover, and GLMR. Not bad, Laurel. You got Elon, Tonic, Bone, Leash Numbers, and Star Atlas. I see you got a couple memes in there. Still bullish on Tonic. I see Bone. And good game there, Star Atlas. Salute to Star Atlas. They've been building throughout the bear. Appreciate that, Laurel. I respect that opinion, Playground. He's going to catch shit with whatever he decides. His decision makes sense not to rock the boat too much. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm not going to argue that Powell looking at the data is wrong. I'm not going to argue that. Right? We want inflation down. In order to get inflation down, he's doing what's necessary. So it's nothing that we can literally argue on that aspect, or debate, should I say, on that aspect. I think the crossfire is the part that I'm talking about. The pettiness between the back and forth between him and Trump. Like it's like open back and forth between him and Trump. So you know what I mean? Like I'm not here to pick a side. Am I a fan of Jay Powell? Fuck no. I don't like Jay Powell. You know what I'm saying? At all. When he said that his favorite central banker was Paul Volcker, that was the end of the story for me personally. But everybody has their own personal opinion. What's up, Carlton? Good run would not be an altcoin season, but with the rate cuts in June, the market will have at least a pump. But are we getting rate cuts in June? Right? Are we getting rate cuts in June? 65% chance that we get a rate cut in June. Well, if we're anticipating a 65% chance that we get a rate cut in June, wouldn't it make sense to start like loading your bag now to front run the rate cut? That's what makes sense to me. This is the reason why I'm kind of like bullish in this window, because I don't want to buy crypto after the fucking rate cut. Like, we need to be buying crypto right now while it's quiet and front run the rate cut, because the market has not priced in the rate cut yet, but it will. And when you think about the rate cut and the fact that the global liquidity chart, the greatest chart of all time, is at all-time highs, is a good chance, right? It's a good chance that we do have a bullish arena for Q3 and Q4, right? Especially if everybody sells in May, right? So what happens is this is the game plan that I'm preparing for. I'm preparing for May, right? Everybody to get pissed the fuck off that Powell pauses again, and this just time capitulation just pisses everybody off, and they sell their crypto and risk on assets because they like, look, I can't take this shit no more, right? And everybody starts the theme, sell it, man, go away, and we get huge like red candles. Everybody selling their crypto, sell it, man, go away, sell it, man, go away. Great, sell it, man, go away, right? I'll be buying, front running a possible Fed cut. It only makes sense this is my strategy, in my opinion, to buy before we cut, not after we cut. But the thing is, we're going to get paid because everybody's going to buy either anticipating the cut or when they cut. I'm willing to take the L if I'm wrong, but I'd rather front run the cut than actually buy after they cut. But that's just me. I'm not going to time this market, buy good shit. I'm sticking to games that's playable and good. ADA. Sailboat Fudd hopping in here talking about ADA. What? You a Cardano holder? I'm not holding a lot of crypto right now. I don't have a massive like 30 crypto full portfolio right now. I'm sticking to like 5-6 good gems. I'm waiting for start my buying again. No, I wish Tao would pay me. I wish Tao would pay me like ICP pays Jerry. If I earned Tao, I would tell you I earned Tao. I just made a video that I got sponsored to do by Infineon blockchain. In that video, didn't I tell you that I got paid to do it? That's what I be talking about, man. Y'all be asking some of the weirdest questions. Why are you worrying about if I got paid to talk about something anyway? Is that going to influence your? First of all, First of all, now we here. Now we fucking here. Time for Entertainment Millie to come out and pop out his fucking bag because I was waiting for this, bro. If I get paid to talk about a project, I will tell you I get paid to talk about a project. If I don't tell you I'm getting paid, I'm not getting paid. Tao team, if y'all listening to this, pay me to talk about Tao like ICP paid Jerry, because I need a $25,000 grant right now. I would love it. I do not get paid to talk about Tao. I got paid to talk about Infineon yesterday or this morning when I dropped the video. I made it yesterday. And I said I got paid to talk about this. Is sponsored content. Y'all be killing me with that, bro. Just straight pocket watching. If you getting paid to talk about Tao, Millie, no. I would have told you if I was getting paid to talk about it. Trump is correct about Powell being too late. He was when inflation soared, and he is in denial, called the transition theory. In 2024, cut rates 100 basis points. The economy is weakening and won't cut. I know Powell fucked up. You ain't gotta tell me, bro. You ain't gotta tell me. Powell, he already said he trying to be like Paul Volcker. So yeah, he is late, but it's okay because the inflation is getting down to where we need it. Apparently, according to the chat, groceries are going down. I think gas has been going down. So some of the things that he's doing is working, right? I think that he's ignoring the fact that the real estate market has been getting crushed, and that unemployment actually is rising, and that people are defaulting on their mortgage. Like, he's ignoring a lot of the stuff that's actually happening because he's focused on surface data. And as long as the surface data, which in some cases is lagging, is telling him, then he's going to continue to pause. You play off the grid? How is it? Do you like the game? I know my brother liked the game. He has nothing to do with crypto. What is good? Yeah, man. I'm trying to front run the 60% cut. Yeah, that's how we doing it. We while they selling in May and going away, I will be subscribing to get paid in May. I can't wait to the seller. Y'all, yo, that's why I rock with y'all chat, because y'all already starting to get it. Y'all getting it. Let them sell in May and go away. Let them fools sell in May and go away. Like, if you was going to sell in May and go away, then we would have had altcoin season, and it would have made sense, right? But it doesn't make sense to sell in May and go away now, because we already getting crucified. Where are we selling? We ain't making profit selling. So what are we selling for? Good play for a small portfolio. It just depends on how much money when you say small is. How much money are you putting into crypto, right? If you got 5K, I mean, you can really make 100K, 200K in crypto. And I'm not gonna say easily, but if you do buy the right stuff, you can make well over 100,000 with just 5K. With just 5K, if you buy the right stuff. If you buying all blue chips, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but it's gonna be less volatile. So hey, your 5K might turn to 30K, 40K, but that's still a win, right? But if you want a little bit more potential, you're gonna have to take on a little bit more risk. Ripple paid 50 million to U.S. government to end the witch hunt. So thank you, Senku. Trump makes a deal with China, then Powell won't have any excuses and will have to cut in May. Bro, how do we cut in May, Kevin? Like, Kevin, I agree with you to a certain extent. I'm with you, bro. But like at this point, we got 90% chance. You know how much stuff has to change for us to get back to a 50%? Like, in order for this to go back down, Trump is going to have to go out there and say he's tariffing everybody again. Because you got to remember, the reason why the 90% went up is because Trump came out and said, well, tariffs, I'm done with tariffs, wooty woo woo, wooty woo woo, for 90 days. So the Fed was like, oh, you're pausing for tariffs for 90 days? We don't have to pause. I mean, we don't have to cut. We can just pause. But remember when Trump was executed the 90-day tariff? I mean, the tariffs on April 2nd or whatever that was. This went up to 50%. And they was about to have an emergency meeting. So something happened. And Trump is kind of like losing right now. He's losing because Powell is standing on business. Xi, the president of China, is standing on business. And the only person that isn't standing on business is Trump. So Trump is kind of losing right now. He's losing right now. The other two people standing on biz. He flip-flopping. It's the honest truth, man. Trump is flip-flopping right now. Everybody else standing on business. I'm going to keep it real about everybody, bro. Oh, 10K. Oh, 10K, bro. 10K is good. 10K, you just put 5K in two good projects, bro. You don't even got to heavily dilute yourself. You can put 5K in two good blue chips. Look at the blue chips that have the community rallying behind it. Like, let's say you put not financial fucking advice, dog, because I don't want to tell you to buy. You got to buy. Let's say you put 5K in ZBCN and then 5K in Tau, right? And both of those 10X. That's not bad, right? ZBCN will probably do like a 20X in the altcoin season. So you buy two good utility projects with meme coin communities, ZBCN, XRP, Jasmine, whatever. You know what I mean? I personally would try to focus on something where the chain is hot. Like, okay, I feel comfortable putting 5K into Tau because Tau doesn't have to worry about if fucking Ethereum is performing. I feel comfortably putting 5K in ZBCN because ZBCN doesn't have to worry about Ethereum performing. So I think there's a little bit more risk. A little bit less risk trying to full port into an ERC20 token right now because we don't know what's going on with Ethereum. So if I got 10K, I'm picking two good tokens that I ain't got to really worry about Ethereum. If that makes sense. I need more bearish and made to buy more Degen plays. Yeah, man. It's always some Degency going on right now. Trump caved hard now, and his team is awfully quiet. All he does is say we're gonna have deals on the table. All at this point, Trump needs to shut up and produce. We need action. In his words, that's true, Kevin. That's true, Kevin. He ain't stand on business, but the other two characters did stand on business. Powell stood on business. Powell already told him you ain't about to fire me. That's legal. Z like whatever you do, I can do better. Whatever you do, I can do better. And they trolling Trump. So Trump should have just kept the tariffs up, bro. He should have just kept them up and sent us to the abysmal. That way we could have the VIX could have went 80 and we could have had a V-shaped recovery like we had in 2019 in 2020 and hopefully not something like 2008, right? I understand Portfolio's no hard feelings if I lose a game from last run. Thanks, man. Yeah, but don't buy what I told you to buy. Like I'm just giving an example, Carlos. I'm giving an example on how I would personally think, right? Because I think that there's opportunity when you do see it, or even XCN, right? XCN right there. Um, you know, could Fart Coin go from 7 billion? I mean, cause from 700 million to 7 billion. Hey, I think it could. I think Fart Coin could. I think it could 10x. Say you say, some people gonna put the whole 10K into a meme coin. You want to put it into a meme coin that's the most solid, right? I think Fart Coin has some of the best fundamentals when you look across the board of the holder percentage, supply control, and narrative. Hot air rises, right? You go so many ways with this thing, man. But I would focus on specifically AI and RWAs, maybe DPIN or DeFi payments, right? That's starting to heat up a lot too. We got 27 people in here, guys. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Oh, I'm thinking about hitting it just after I finish this live stream, though. Off day today. For real, at first I was like, what is he doing? Then I was like, let's go. Then Bill Ackman cried and Trump came out and fed that. Yeah, a lot of people wanted Trump to stand on business with the tariffs, man, because again, by him standing on business with the tariffs, he really had Jay Powell shook. Like they was doing emergency meetings. The chance of a Fed cut was actually rising in the midst of the global liquidity rising. Literally, we was being set up for May to turn into a bullish environment, right? Because the market was crashing and crashing fast. Unfortunately, he was also getting blamed for the market crash, and Trump doesn't want to be known for the person that crashes the market. So he had to let his foot off the gas, which gave Jay Powell all of the ammunition he needed to say, hey, look at the data market looking strong. We don't need to cut. We don't need to NQT. We need to send inflation down, which is fine. Because y'all guys want inflation down. Y'all don't want everything expensive. Y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want that. Y'all got to pick a fucking side. You can't have both. You can't have this, Trump. You can't be Trump. You can't be Powell. It's going to be which one you going to be. You going to rock with Trump. You going to rock with Powell doing whatever. Just strategize. No problem, Luis. Teller getting some pump action. I just need that thing to go to 150. What's the lore behind Teller? What's the lore behind Teller? Teller, TRB. I remember in like 2023 when Teller had a massive move. Like that shit was like, what? Yeah, there it go right there. What was it? 2023. I remember when Teller went crazy. Like it had a massive move for like a full month. There you go. Yeah, I remember this. I missed this. This was on crypto.com because I was trying to decide it's funny. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was trying to decide. Right, I was going through layer twos or whatever Teller. I don't even know what research I was doing, but I know I was trying to decide if I wanted to buy Metis, TRB, or DIA. Right, and I was on crypto.com doing research. This is at the time when they was like good mid caps. DIA, I think, is like a beta play to chain link. Metis was a rising layer two. And then I think TRB is also one of the two, either layer two or something in Oracles. I can't remember. But right when I was about to make my decision, TRB just went on a crazy run. It went from $24 to $600. Crazy, right? Crazy run. And I was like, that was the one. That was the one. So yeah, I'm very familiar with TRB, man. This thing had a nice good 2023. I remember this. But now it has retested it back under the moving average, is looking to confirm bullish momentum from the stock RSI, but still below the 50-day and the 21-day EMA. You love to see those projects above the 50-day and 21-day EMA, and you get the buy signal here, right? So this is what I've been learning about trading meme coins, guys. This is why I know we probably will go down before we go up, right? Because when you see these moving averages trending down, they usually act as magnets to trend to the price, right? But they kind of trend to the price, right? And eventually the price comes to cross the moving averages, right? So the moving averages, you can see they're still a little bit high. They're trending down, but they need to come down lower. And you learn this from like trading on the 1 second chart. See, once you start trading meme coins specifically on the 1 second chart, it helps you with TA on any time frame. So I've looked at thousands of fucking charts, and they all do the same thing. The moving averages, when they start to trend down, they're looking for the crossroad between the price. Soon, the trending moving averages have to come and meet the price at the crossroad. So you get the buy signal once the stock RSI crosses 20 and the price crosses both of the moving averages, which is one of the greatest buy signals, as you can see right here. This would have been like a buy signal. I don't think I even had it set up yet, but this should have been a buy signal. Okay, I see why it wasn't, because the goddamn stock RSI was too high. But this is the example of what I'm talking about. You just want, when you get the stock. That's what I'm saying. When we get a buy signal, it's going to be lovely on some of these charts, because you already got the moving average just trending down. You got the stock RSI starting to trend up, right? And you got the price looking to come and meet the crossroad of these moving averages. When that price meets the moving averages, you usually get a buy signal once it prints a confirmation candle and the stock RSI prints bullish. So that's what I'm looking at across literally the space. There's so many good setups right now. It's not like I'm looking at TRB and saying this has the best setup, but you'll see this across the space. The only thing is, as long as we're in this restrictive environment, I really don't see how we get any type of like real bounce, right? Most of the bounces will probably be relief rallies and fake pumps within the chop. But right now the tightness of the monetary policy is really restricting a lot of liquidity within crypto, because we are the USA. The USA is where a lot of the money comes from in crypto. Yeah, crypto's globally, but it wouldn't be crypto without the freaking USA. What they need, you know what I'm saying? So it is. I'm gonna say crypto needs the USA, but at the end of the day, like, we bring a lot of liquidity to the table, if that makes sense. But yeah, TRB had a crazy. I remember this. I remember this, chat. I remember this, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. That Libra finance pumped 400% yesterday. Oh man, never held any. I got rid of that 2 years ago. To wait 2 years for 400%. I'd rather buy a meme coin. Man, that was good knowledge you just gave. What you said about moving averages, that makes sense. Thanks for that. No, no, yeah, look, it all comes back from me being in the trenches. Like, when you sitting there, I'm literally 10 hours a day trading on the 1 second chart, and I'm picking up small little things that all charts seem to have in common. And every time, guys, like when I'm looking at a meme coin, right? Let me just pick a random fucking meme coin. Don't buy these meme coins. I'm just giving you an example, right, of what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find you an example here. See if I can find an example here. All right, this is a good example. All right, this is whatever token this is, right? What I've noticed is that it's a good chance, right? And this is the 15-second chart, right? It's a good chance, right? If this, and I don't know what this is, right? I don't know the meta behind it or what's going on, but if this get rejected here, it's a good chance that this comes to retest the VWAP here, right? So you'll see these moving averages, and I love the VWAP because the VWAP is like a momentum gauge. Excuse me, get the fuck out of my way. But this moving average, oh my God, it just did the same thing. Damn. Bro, what the fuck? Why does it do that? Yo, y'all gotta fix that. All right, this is not gonna work. Let me go somewhere else. I don't know why GMG in this. Like they got some type of bug going on with their thing. Anyways, show you a good example here. BTC. Good example of the crossroads here. I don't know, where was I? I got thrown off. That chart threw me all the way the fuck off, bro. I had to take it off, bro. I just got thrown off. But y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna go over it again. That just really pissed me off. Like, why is your chart automatically bringing up the? That was just dumb. My bad, chat. My bad. No, I don't take anything personal, but I'm here in the market just like you guys. I'm here in the market just like you guys. All right, let's see if we guys see any news coming through that we might need to pay attention. We see no. El Salvador president weighs in alleged MS-13 member of the Dems. Trump shares his contingency plan for China. Tokenizing sperm? What the hell? Maybe on some extra shit. Found a blacklist. Not much going on, man. Not much going on in the crypto space, bro. Not much going on. Dormant ETH whale resurfaces, buys millions. Is ETH bullish? China halts U.S. LNG imports amid trade tensions. They still beefing. Crypto market braces for 2.2 billion in options expiring. That's gonna be crazy, right? That's definitely gonna be crazy. Let's see what y'all talking about. Oh yeah, it's actually pretty good. I've been using it the entire time this stream. That indicator that you see me using is the indicator script that I created, and when paired with other scripts and stuff that people use, I've been getting actually good reviews on it. The people inside the J5 Council that I've shared it with, specifically Crypto Mike, he uses it all the time, paired with a couple other things that he uses it with, and says it prints some pretty good signals. Of course, signals are lagging. Any indicator has lagging signatures, so it's not always going to be perfect, right? But if you have an understanding on how the moving averages work, you can really get this a really good signal with this. For example, here, this is Bitcoin on a weekly chart, right? Let's see here. You can see here it printed these buy signals as soon as they got above the 50-day and the 21-day EMA. And it even gives you a sell signal as well, right? So it's crazy how the sell signal came right up here, right? After you had like these buy signals here, and even the buy signal here, and even down here, right? Because it couldn't confirm a buy signal at the bottom, because the way that the script is set up is to give the buy signal once it gets over the most bullish moving averages, in my opinion, which is the 21-day EMA and the 50-day EMA, right? So that's why once you got that confirmation candle here, you did get that buy signal. But you can see here it printed a perfect sell signal at the top, which was crazy, right? If I would have just had this script created then, that would have been a nice chance to get out the market. But I didn't create it then. My coding skills wasn't where it is now. But yes, if you're in the council, it's free to use. I just send it straight to you if you're in the council. I've also created a top and bottom signal as well. Just a line chart, that's all I need. For me, less is more. Once you recognize a bullish retrace, double top, triple bottom, DCA into falling wedge, don't add rising wedge hedge. What'd she say? I mean, you really still using signals though. You're using indicators based on the chart patterns, right? You're still in a way using them, right? Double top, triple bottom, DCA. That's still TA. All of it's TA, regardless if you're using an indicator or not. Indicators help you with momentum, right? It's not the end and all, right? Use the indicator like a momentum or sentiment gauge, right? Okay, we got momentum. do I have volume coming into this momentum, right? Is that volume accumulation or is it distribution, right? So you can it really really like the indicators is not everything that I use when making a thesis, right? I'm paying attention to the RSI. I'm also paying attention to the volume because I need to know if the volume is accumulation or distribution, right? You can see distribution here. You can see distribution here, right? This is distribution. You can clearly see when you get multiple weeks of red candles and the red candles are rising, that's distribution, right? Accumulation is when you get like a kind of like where we're at right now. It's trending to the downside, but you're seeing green candles coming in, which means despite the market's lack of liquidity and volume, people are still buying the underlying asset, which in this case would be Bitcoin. And you can see the difference between accumulation and distribution. So that's you know what I'm saying. You got a bullish indicator coming in, right? Stock RSI looking to cross and confirm bullish momentum. You can clearly see through volume that you are getting accumulation, and now you're looking at the trend, right? If we get above this trend line, right, there's a good chance with the momentum and the accumulation that there could be a squeeze to the 21-day EMA sitting at 93,000. Now, if we print a confirmation candle above 93,000, which is this very, very strong moving indicator, 21-day moving average, there's a good chance that Bitcoin goes for the next leg up and breaks back into price discovery. So what you want to see here is you want to see buying value come in, the momentum. You can use the MACD as well. MACD works well as well. And then confirmation means it's starting to print candles above these moving average, critical moving averages is what I call them, right? So that's just how I look at things, right? Because you know somebody would you can't just look at a double. You can say, oh, this is a double bottom, and then fucking get crushed. So like I can't just say just because I see a double bottom, oh, we're about to go up because this is a double bottom here and you got absolutely deleted. So like just looking at a double bottom or double top, that's winging it right there. I don't know about that. But you know, to each his own, to each his own. Whatever. Like I said, some people don't like TA, it's subjective. TA is how I'm able to trade meme coins efficiently, and it's just how I look at it. I think TA is very undervalued. Very undervalued. Yeah, that did. Yeah, I don't use Bollinger Bands. I used to. That's overkill. You don't need Bollinger Bands, bro. You know that's just overkill. Like you said, less is more. I use that works for me, and you use what works for you. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that is at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. Guys, technically we're still bullish, right? Bitcoin still stays up the moving averages. Gaussian channel still looks strong. We haven't hit the medium, the Gaussian channel. So technically Bitcoin is still bullish. So really, really nothing to be worried at. We are in chops. Yeah, MACD is a very strong indicator. I love using the MACD, especially with trading meme coins, right? When you get a MACD cross and a bullish RSI cross with these meme coins, they usually move to the upside very fast. But you got to take profits because one whale sale, right, it can really, really fuck up the chart. Yeah. Not bad. That's actually not a bad indicator at all. I might have to create a script around this. I like it. Um, Facts, bro. I actually kind of like this. I actually like this indicator. I looked at it just based off what you said. You like just buy at the bottom when it tops the bottom, sell at the top. It's actually not a bad indicator. Let me actually look at this on a couple other charts. It's not a bad indicator at all. Not a bad indicator at all. All right. Um, Let me see. You bought a towel doesn't have enough information, and I'm looking at this from the weekly. Because on the weekly, that actually doesn't look bad at all. On the weekly, it doesn't look bad at all. You can see how it's kind of like hanging around at the top. But every time you came and retest the bottom, it was also a good time to buy. Looks like this is a great time to buy NVIDIA because it's retesting the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. W strategy. W strategy for sure. For sure, W strategy, right? ETH is right now touching the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. Every time ETH touched the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, was it a good time to buy? Here. Not this time. It went down a little bit lower. You know, but when it's riding the top of the Bollinger Bands, it's literally telling you that it's bullish. All right. It touched the bottom here. And you had a move from 1,600 to 4,000. And now it's kind of like doing the same thing that we seen here. So we were looking for ETH to put in a floor actually here, right? Which is about $1,000. Does ETH come and touch $1,000, bro? You know, you want to see them Bollinger Bands start to kind of like flatten out a little bit, right? ETH is fucking bearish right now. It's doing exactly this. It's bearish. Is it gonna come and retest 1,000? There's a good chance that ETH comes back to retest 1,000. It's just when you see the Bollinger Bands like going through this steep move, it's bearish, and you could be catching a falling knife. I prefer it to be like here, where it's like nice accumulation. Even though we know it's at the bottom of the BBs, it's not like the falling knife pattern. Definitely a W strategy though. It bought down here at the bottom every time it touched it. But you just don't want to get caught into like the bear market. This works really, really good when you're in the bull market. But like if we start a bear market, like ETH could go down a little bit further. So I like it. I like the BBs. I'll favorite them and build a script around it. Definitely an interesting strategy. It's low key kind of efficient. It's low key kind of efficient. I liked it. W indicator. W indicator, chat. W indicator. What's a W indicator? What your face? The way across that the way shit goes. Bearish reject with the RSI. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go play with it when I'm on stream. I'm probably gonna try to create it, incorporate it into the script because I like the. It's I'm not gonna say it's like 100% efficient, but just based on how you described you use it, I can see it being used that way. So definitely a W. It's crazy how trash ETH is. Yeah, ETH, man. ETH is trash. ETH is trash, bro. ETH is trash. I don't even know, how we come back from this. No, I'm messing with y'all. ETH, just chill. ETH gonna come back around once we get more liquidity inside the market. Let's check out Solana. 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 I want to take off the volume for a second and add my indicator here. Solana. Wow, it let me move it. Come on, man. That's some bullshit. Hold on. Solana. Oh, y'all won't let me put it on, huh? Yeah, I see how y'all doing me. Solana is about to get a stock RSI cross. I'm not paying for TradingView, bro. Solana actually has a good setup. I don't know. I don't know. Should I long Solana on perps? That was actually good when you like we're looking like we're about to get a stock RSI cross. I don't want to take this off, bro. That's my moving averages. I hate having to redo them, so I'm not gonna take that off. But I'll do this then. I'll do it like this and just split the screen. Solana. Let's see here. Let me split my screen here. All right, there we go. That's what I want to see here. So I got my screen split. You probably can't see it on yours. Yeah, y'all can't see that I got the screen split. Yeah, y'all can't see that I got the screen split. I don't know why I won't show it, but anyways, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm doing right now. Cause I'm not about to pay for TradingView. And I don't have to. Bollinger Bands with the oh, it is sharing. The Bollinger Bands, you got a stock RSI cross. Looking for confirmation, and it just bounced off the BB. Looking to break above the trend line. Soul is looking like a really good long here, man. You know what I mean? If on Sunday we close above this trend line, I might have to look. I might have to look at putting in maybe a long and a short on Solana. I'm gonna put a long in on Solana and also put in a short just in case, right? You always want to do both, right? But this actually looks like a really good setup, chat. God damn, this looks like a really good setup. You got the bounce off the BBs with a stock RSI cross and looking for a confirmation candle above the trend line. The only bearish thing I see here is the moving average is trending to the downside. So that will serve as resistance at about 180 and anywhere between 168 to 180. But Sol actually looks strong, bro. And it is way stronger than ETH, right? When you think about what happens on Sol each and every day and what happens on ETH, just Sol is just so much stronger right now. But I definitely do like the setup here with Solana. That's one thing I think it's kind of like having Bitcoin in your portfolio. I think we at the point where you should have some soul in your portfolio. Just not even if you're in the casino, just to have it, right? Stake some soul, come back, whatever. But soul ain't going nowhere, man. Soul is not going anywhere. Yeah, market actually is starting to heat back up. I'm trying to figure out what I actually want to do with this bread. What's up, No Spoon? I think Donald Trump was shilling ETH, telling everyone to buy. He was shorting against it, stealing money, and how they get away. Investment advice, and everyone else got to have a disclaimer. Yeah, man, that's kind of sad, but all those laws are becoming a little bit more lenient in crypto now, so it is what it is, right? Meme coins are collectibles. No Spoon, it's too big now. Maybe 3x eventually, like ETH. Moon average can ride up like crazy. Don't short Bollinger's good mornings 5 minute scout. Nah, bro. I'm shorting and long in the market. I don't care about Solana limited upside when I got a 10x in. I'm putting a 30x on Solana. I don't care about the market cap, bro. I don't care. Like, go do Solana perps, bro. It doesn't matter about the market cap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm over here. I'm on Solana perps. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put in a nasty long and a nasty short for Solana. You feel me? So I'm probably gonna put. Oh, I already got it here. So I'm probably gonna buy 5 Solana and slap 32x on it. Well, I already got 5 Solana, so I'm probably going to go and take 5 Solana for my wallet and slap 32x on it. Um, and I don't know if I'm gonna trade it both ways. Well, I'm definitely gonna trade it both ways, but I don't know which one I'm gonna trade higher on, whether it be the long or the short. So, when I'm saying that buying Solana is a good play, I'm talking Jupiter Perps here, and I'm longing and shorting. This is why I love Solana. They make everything so easy, easy. Bro, I'm not sitting here about to be waiting 6, 7 months. I'm about to put me in a nasty long and a nasty short. Not financial advice. And don't do this if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you don't know TA and you don't know how to trade and you don't know stop loss and limit and market and all that extra shit that come into perps or trading in general, don't do this. This is only for the people that understand what's going on, right? But I would probably put a long and a short. But I'm definitely leaning towards a long because that was a nice, good setup. But I'm gonna make sure I cover my ass by having a short as well. And I'm probably gonna throw in 5 Sol. Maybe do a 20x. Let me see what my liquidation price would be. 127. I like my liquidation price to be a little bit long. 127. Where's support at? About 124. So 127 is right here. Let me see here. I would want my liquidation price to be like 126. So that would probably be like what? 126. Yeah, it would probably be like a what 17x. So I put a 17x. Yeah, about 126. 5. So my liquidation price would be 126. So I put me on. Throw me on short with that too. Yeah. I don't know. I'll figure it out once I get off stream what I'm actually gonna do. But yeah, I'm talking about leverage, buddy. I'm not talking about buying sold to hold. I'm talking about on some leverage on that joint. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make some money. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around, bro. I'm trying to make some money. Uh, uh, yeah. You see why cover your ass? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cover my ass, long and short. Yeah, long and short. I'm long and short in the market. If I buy a meme coin, I'm long and short in the market. I will dump my meme coin. If I get in early, I'm getting in early. I'm dumping it. So don't. Millie does not. Millie is trader. I'm trading. Millie is trading. I'm not holding. I'm trading. I'm not scalping. I'm trying to make some money. I scalp on meme coins. I scalp enough on the 1 second and the 15-second chart. I'm so tired of scalping. I'm gonna be able to buy a meme coin at 10K and it go to 1 million. It seems like bro, the one time that actually almost happened, I only didn't put enough money, right? So yeah, I don't know. Long and short, hey, yo, KG, we going? Hey, we going up, bro. We going up. Solana upside not limited, man. If you know what's going on in Solana. Also, guys, if you are into if you are into having fun, right, and gambling, Soul Pot, man, use my link, right? Use my link, right? Of course, not financial advice. I'm gonna just let y'all use the link. That's it. I'm not saying go do it. You gotta make your own. I'm not showing Soul Pot or none of that shit. But um, they do these daily cases each and every day, so you don't actually have to gamble in Soul Pot. I just go to the daily case and I just open up my case and see if I want it. So even if you just sign up and open your daily case daily. Hey, one time you may win 10 soul, which is worth about 1,300 bucks right now. So I'll put that link in the description for anybody that's interested in the daily cases that Soul Pot gives away. They also have coin flipping, so you can like do coin flips against other people and extract their Solana, or they will extract your Solana. So always practice risk management. Not shielding this at all, but If you are interested in something like this, I do have an affiliate code, and what I'll do is I'll put it inside the chat. That's my affiliate code there. Oh, come hang, man. Come hang in the trenches. Come hang in the trenches. Come hang, bro. I just dropped the affiliate link there for you guys. You want to roll your dice? I've been trying to get more people to trench, man. I don't know when, you know what I'm saying? It seems like people get shy when it's time to trench, bro. I don't know about that. I want some real trenchers. Real trenchers, man. That's the only way we gonna win. Oh, you talking about me longing? I told you I've been messing around with soul perps lately, bro. You gotta make look, what I tell y'all is our theme of this video. Hustle over hopium, man. Hustle over hopium. So there's always ways to make money within this market. There's always going to be ways to make money in cryptocurrency. Now, you got to be the person to go and get it. All right? The elephant in the room is everybody don't have the time to go and get it, right? So I still do believe in buying crypto and holding spot over time. I think that if you're buying good projects like the ones you guys like, XCN and ZBCN and Tau and all this stuff, right? Yeah, when we finally do get a real bull run in a real altcoin season, then you will get rewarded for that holding time. For me, it's a little bit different because I'm full time Web3, so I have to find things to do to keep myself busy, keep that liquid rolling in, etc., etc. So I share these things with you guys as opportunity for DeFi. That's why I showed you the Solana perps. Of course, practice risk management. Don't try leverage if you don't know what you're doing. You can see that I'm into like TA and stuff like that, and I'm not afraid to put myself out there. And I know if I lose it, I'm okay with it. So risk management, always practice risk management. Beebs in the house. What's up, my boy? Salute to my dog Beebs. Casper Maxi. Casper Maxi. Is that it, gang? Nice, good, cool stream today. We just chilling. I gotta figure out how I'm going to monetize my news tracker for you guys that I created. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. Gotta figure out how I am going to do this. Virtuals? Let's check it out. Let's check out virtuals, dog. Let's check out virtuals, dog. Virtuals. Would I buy virtuals? No. Why? Really? Why you won't buy virtuals, dog? Because I hold Tau. That's why I wouldn't buy virtuals. But what is this, man? Sales signal came right in. Virtuals, dog. Virtuals just exploded, bro. Because of the whole AI hype. What is virtuals paired with? Is it paired with Base or do they have their own chain? I think it's paired with Ethereum or do they have their own chain? Does Base have it? I mean, does virtuals have its own chain? Or is it like built on Ethereum? Or is it built on Soul? Or is it built on base? I think it's built on base. 3 day looks okay. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. Virtual seem like it's kind of, the momentum in stock RSI did rise, but the price didn't. So that's kind of like that's odd. That's like a lot of selling pressure. Let's see what we got here. Buys coming in, but the price really not moving. On the daily, you got about, what I mean, you got a good amount of almost more buys than sales. Over $1 million more buys than sales. It's kind of crazy that the price ain't really moving. That's odd. I mean, are you bullish on Virtual's ecosystem? I don't know. I like Tao's ecosystem better. I like Tao because it has its own everything, right? It's not like built on ETH and base. That's just too much. If this was its own chain, like Tao, then I would be way more bullish. But it's like pump.fun with a token. That's what it reminds me of, because I don't know. I see more seriousness with the tokens being built on DTAL than virtuals. But if the virtuals AI agents heat back up, then it's going to bring the price. Their flywheel really hurts the components of the ecosystem, because the price of virtuals go down. The things built on virtuals do not perform well, right? But we've seen with Tau, when the price goes down, Tau subnets still rise. So I don't know what the default here, or the, of why their flywheel works like that. But if you're bullish on base, and I think base just rugged the meme coin. If you're bullish on base and ETH and Coinbase, then yeah, maybe you bet on virtuals. I don't have nothing bad to say about virtuals. I just, I wish I was part of this. I wish I was part of this when it happened. Because what happened was virtuals token started sending, and then you seen the price send. And then once virtuals token started like to sell off, you kind of seen the virtuals price go down. And the same thing could be said by virtuals price started to go down. A lot of the stuff on virtuals got crushed. And it's just in a downtrend, right? A severe downtrend. So until you get out of this downtrend, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough for virtuals. You know what I mean? And then there's been a lot of flood with the community and things like that. You can already see like this moving average is just coming down to cross here with the VWAP. And you're just not there yet. You're just not there. You're just still in this downtrend. So you can get out this downtrend and start a new trend. Virtuals can start to go up, right? You got heavy resistance sitting at about 94 cents. Watch out for that. So about a 2x. But it's a good move if you're looking for something short term. Maybe this thing does bounce. Yeah, the 21 EMA sitting there at 75 cents. Our golden box, though, I mean, it's way under the golden box, so you can tell that it's lacking momentum, right? Why's my value not on there? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to what's going on in virtual, so I don't want to say nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I do nothing wrong about it, but I'm just more bullish on Tau. I guess I'm biased. I'm biased towards Tau. Just, you could just say that. Let's see if I can see what's going on with the volume here. You are getting some accumulation coming in. You can actually tell on chain there is some accumulation coming in. But I don't know enough about the sentiment around this. I wouldn't fade it though. If you're bullish on it, I would stay bullish, because AI isn't going anywhere. AI is not going anywhere. I think virtuals figures it. It's just too big. I'm not gonna say it's too big to fail. Anything could fail, but Base and Coinbase backs this, and I think virtuals will find a way to win. I don't think it's a bad project at all. I just think it has a lot of competition out there, and it's kind of limited being built on top of something else. If it had its own chain, potential would be unlimited. But right now, until they figure out, that their identity, right, being built on something, really, ETH, right, ETH going down. This is paired with ETH, right? They are paired with Sol, but at the end of the day, this was built on Base. So when you start to see ETH going crazy, I wouldn't be surprised if this just blows up out of here, just straight to the top. I don't think it's a bad project though. I'm just biased on Tau, so I don't want to keep talking about it because I'm kind of biased on Tau. The score Mantra William never bought. Well, I talked about Mantra last stream. I told you guys it was a good chance it came up there to retest 90 cent, which I believe it did. Week here, it did come, and I think it went all the way up to like 70 something cent, or it went to 83 cent. And I said a bounce was due, but I also said it was going to get rejected, which it did. It did exactly what it did. It did a V-shaped recovery rejection right there at the 2x. Everybody front ran it, and it got rejected right there at 75 cent, basically. And now it's back at 50 cent, which I've seen this too much. I've seen it with Luna. I've seen it with Genius AI. I've seen it with so many, like, what's that, Core AI, where all these projects, they try to like do a quick rebound, and then the rebound gets rejected and it just goes lower. So you risk catching a falling knife, but the team says they're working. The team says they're working. The team says they can get this thing back going. If you expect them to get back to $6 or wherever it was at, hell no, right? It probably will never get back there no time soon. $8, ooh, it'll never get there anytime soon. But maybe $1, you know. What's up, Crypto Princess? What's the word? How you doing? H bar sauce and growth is all you need. H bar. Nothing wrong with that, right? You want to, stay within the ecosystem. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Still not above the bull market bands. Technically bearish until you can get back above those bull market bands, but I don't see nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being bullish on H bar. I think H bar does well. Came back here and retest our 50-day moving average. It's below the bull market bands. Would watch out for that, but for the most part, EMA bands. Money Doodle has also turned bearish. Needs to hold the 50-day moving average, man. Needs to hold it. Needs to hold it. Needs to hold. But again, without liquidity, I just think we continue this downtrend, man. It's only going to be a few projects that's really strong enough to bounce out of that downtrend without like liquidity coming into crypto. But we just lacking what we need. We need water right now. It's like we walking in the fucking sand. We walking in the desert, and it is like everybody in crypto is in the fucking desert right now, and they keep seeing water that's just not there. It's like y'all just walking the fuck around. We just walking around like, oh, look at the water right there. We think it's water. It's like a facade. It's water. That's water. And then we keep walking, and there's no fucking water. And then just like crypto people won't realize that we don't have any water to live. Like we need some fucking water right now. We're drying up. We're drying up. We're in the desert. We're in Dubai. There's no water around. Yet we keep thinking we seeing water, but there ain't no water. One day we will get some water, but we ain't by the lake yet, y'all. My mouth getting dry thinking about the damn water. Hey, just got a gambling sponsor, so I get paid. Hey, that's what's up, Hypnotic. Let's go. Yeah, I'm in AXGT. I've been in AXGT since the beginning, sir. What about it? What's going on with it? Am I missing something? Did I miss something with AXGT? Bye. Oh, AXGT. Yeah, I mean, you scared me for a second. I'm like, did something happen that I missed? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Whenever somebody be like, Millie, you still in AXGT? Yeah, I'm still in AXGT. What's wrong with AXGT? I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's shit. This is my number one decentralized science play right here. AXGT is my number one decentralized science play, and it's coming to retest the floor. If it can pick up this floor here, well, it did. It just broke new lows, should I say? Well, not new lows, but like it just broke our floor. Good time to DCA, man, if you bullish on it, but it did get rejected at the floor. Just broke the floor and got rejected. Oh. How is our number two decentralized science plays? And again, for anybody that's like on the sidelines, it's not a rush to buy none of this stuff. You just simply understand the narrative. Pythia has been a little bit strong. I can't lie. I can't lie. I like both, right? And I've been like biased. I've been biased towards AXGT, but Pythia is like ready. And you see the difference? Like Pythia is built on Solana, and Solana is about to explode. Looks like from the technicals that we looked at, and look at Pythia. So like they both are under like decentralized science AI, but right now Pythia looks like the better setup. So if I had to pick between the two right now, I would be leaning towards Pythia. Pythia setup looks nasty good. You're getting above the moving averages and the VWAP. RSI's turned bullish. Stock RSI is bullish. MACD looking to gain momentum. Like you can't get a better setup right now than Pythia. Pythia is looking like it's ready. It's getting ready to do something massive. It's getting ready to do something massive, baby. So yeah, I like both of them, but right now, I like Pythia a little bit better as far as setup. You know, you're looking if it gets to all time highs, like almost a 4x, right around like a 3x. Not bad. So these are my favorite decentralized science plays. If you don't know, if you're in the J5 Council, you know this. If you're in the Patreon, you know this. I only have two decentralized science plays: AXGT and Pythia. Those are the only two, and those are the ones that I'm most bullish on. So now we getting somewhere. Now y'all asking questions is like y'all we getting somewhere, right? That's what I like to see. Pendo, yeah, Pendo is always gonna be a good one, man. Kind of been real quiet with Pendo lately. I was wondering if Ondo can hit $8. Ondo? 83 cents. Can he do an 8x? Yeah, I mean 10x? Yeah, I think Ondo can do a 5 to 10x. I don't think it's that big. It's big, but I think a 5 to 10x is realistic for Ondo. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't know their token unlock schedule and their tokenomics, but 83 cents to $8, right? 10x, I think that's possible. 5 to 10x for Ondo, I think is possible. We're in an altcoin season environment. Bro, I agree 110%. I agree 110% AOKG. So like AXGT is a little bit more weaker than Pythia. They both fall under kind of like that same narrative. But right now you could clearly see that Pythia is the stronger project. And I would think this is because Solana right now, the price action of Solana, if you go to the Sol BTC, if you go to the ETH BTC, and you could just compare them, Solana is just a little bit more stronger than ETH right now. So you got to expect, if you look at two projects in the same narrative, that the Solana project would probably be a little bit stronger as far as the chart. So it is what it is. If Solana starts falling off, a lot of those Sol tokens will also start falling off as well. All these honeys in bikinis with umbrellas, drinks, nope, just a mirage. Facts, bro. We looking for the water, but it ain't no water, guys. It ain't no water. I know y'all wanted to like, don't get chopped up in this market thinking like, oh, green candles, we going up. We need water, and we need water bad. And J Powell ain't turning on the water. He ain't turning on the water. The lights already went out. The water is he giving us little drips of water. We used to get full fountains, right? We could have go to the fountain and get full cup worth of water. Now we only getting 1/4 of cups. You see, we used to get full. We used to go to J Powell and say, J Powell, let me get my full cup of water, and we get our full fucking cup of water. Now we only get 1/4, and it's like, soon as that water gone, I ain't got no extra water to put in the market because all my water already gone because I gotta pay my damn bills. You see how that works? So all the crypto people that want to continue to think we keep getting full cups of water is just unfucking realistic. Guys, the Fed still is tightening the balance sheet. They're slowing it up. They said, hey, you don't get 1/4 of water anymore. We'll give you we'll give you half a cup now. We'll give you a half a cup. We need the spigot to be giving us a full fucking cup. So hey, we could pay our 1/4 of water to our bills, and guess what? We still got another 3/4 to put into the market. Yeah, we get full fucking cups of water now. But everybody don't get it. They just think like, oh, Millie, why is the price not going up? Well, they cut the water off, and we standing on the corner asking for change. Look at the chat. I say we pump the next soul meme coin. The community is strong. And the chat wants to make some soul meme. But let's fucking go. I be thinking y'all scared of money or something. No. I'm not in FX1. I made my money and got up our tours. I don't hold all them tokens no more. I've been sold that. At the cusp of the AI hype, I sold FX1, right? Right after the show was over with, your boy Millie got up out of there. Right after the Hello show was over with, I sold my full bag at FX1, right? And consolidated into stuff that I had conviction in. Full transparency. So no, I do not hold FXI or FX1 or whatever you call it. I don't hold that anymore. I prefer AI infrastructure plays while we're in a kind of bearish environment. I don't want to go too risky, right? You don't have to go too risky. Well, we gonna chop it up, bro. Matter of fact, once I get off stream, we gonna chop it up. I'm full porting some shit today once I get off stream. I don't know. I'm trying to turn 1,000 into at least 10K. At least 10K. I'm trying to turn 10 soul into at least. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to turn. I think I got like 12 soul to spare. So I got like 12 soul right now that I'm about to play around with. And I need to turn that 12 soul into 100 soul. I need to turn it into 100 soul. And if I'm able to turn it to the 100 soul, I'm going to do something very, very special for the community. And I'm just going to do something very, very special for the community. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, the community was good, but it was the AI bubble, Arthur. We was in the AI bubble, right? Hello had a stupid community too, and then it fizzled off, right? That was the AI bubble. If you didn't take profits during the first AI bubble, yeah. A lot of those coins probably ain't never coming back. Oh, I'm ready when you ready, good brother. Let's turn up. We turning up today? All right, I'm about to get off the live stream, bro. Go to the store. I'm going to the store. I'm grabbing everything I need so we can be locked in the trenches for the next 3 or 4 hours. Let me know if you're ready to lock in for the next 3 to 4 hours. Let me know now, KG, because I'm about to go to the store after this stream. I'm getting everything I need. I don't even give a fuck what's going on Friday today. I need 10K today. I need $20,000. Let's fucking go, KG. Let's go. I need 10 bands today. 10 bands. No, I ain't do. All right, look. I don't know what you talking about. I'm talking about the trenches, bro. I ain't talking about nothing else but the trenches. I'm talking about the trenches. Yeah, I ain't speaking on that. That's what's up. It's cool. Yeah, I'm about to go. I'm about to go crazy in the trenches once I get off this stream, guys. That's where I'm making. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 wallets. That way people don't copy trade me. I got my dummy wallet. And then I got my wallet that I'm actually trading on. So if you copy trading the dummy wallet, I feel sorry for you because that's not the wallet that I use. They say they're going to come back. Amazing value on it. Let's check it out. FX. I haven't checked that one out in a while, dog. Let's check it out. Yeah, I got up out of that. I took full profits. FX1. Where is it at? FX. What is the name of it? Oh, here, FXI. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm about to get up off this stream, guys. I ain't even gonna lie. Your boy gotta take a shit. Have McDonald coffee, dog. Can we look at the weekly chart? Your boy gotta take a number 2. Let's see here, man. This thing right here is yeah, bro. I sold up here, bro. I sold up here. Y'all remember when I was making good money with FXI? I was like, we was killing it. And then I got up out here. Once I seen these wicks, I was like, yep, that's it for me. Plus, was making the videos and telling you guys that the show could be a buy the rumor, sell the news event. For some people, they don't get that. Like, oh, show is coming, buy the room, they buy during the show. No, you buy before the show, you sell when they win the show. You know what I'm saying? You get up out of there. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, this thing right here is just in a max bearish downtrend. But when AI comes back around, and I don't know if this is going to be one that I don't know. I'll continue to monitor it. I don't know if I'll be doubling back to this specifically because I really really like AI infrastructure. But I mean, man, this thing goes back to the all-time high. It's a fucking 20x, dog. It's literally a 20x. $1,000. You put $1,000 in this now, not financial advice, and it goes back to the all-time high. It's $20,000. But it's like you really, 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 really gotta believe this is gonna go back to the all-time highs. And we running out of time in this 4-year cycle, so I don't know how that happens. Unless Ethereum wakes up and Vitalik says, we back. But I don't know how that happens. Honestly, I don't know how that happens. Hurry up and get to the studio, bro. What you waiting on, bro? We got money to make. They're gonna say the volume's amazing volume. Let me see the volume. You said the volume is on it is amazing. I don't know, brother. The on-chain volume is kind of low. That's not amazing volume there, brother. And this is on-chain, so maybe the exchange volume is high? I mean, am I looking at the right thing? No, this ain't good. 7 days, you only got 27 transactions? Which ain't nothing good about this volume. Just gonna tell you now. That's a very low volatility score. The volume is only 1K on the day, and you literally only got 28 buys, 27 transactions the entire week. Love AI, Bubba, and this thing had a good run, but I don't think nobody paying attention to this right now. And that could be a good thing, or that could be a bad thing, Bubba. Just being honest with you. You gotta look at this, right? You know, only 17 makers. You know, yeah, that just ain't gonna do it. Unfortunately, that just ain't gonna do it, man. I'm gonna have to get a little bit more volume than that, chat. Shit. I got a new community that I'm starting called the Trench Community, bro. If you're trying to get in the trenches, let me know. Oh, bro, Patreon and Coca-Cola last night. I got me a little bit of wine. Let's turn it up. Hey, yo, KG, how many hours you need? I'm just kidding, bro. Wait, Arthur, you was a funny dude, bro, because you had me tricked for a second. I was like, hold on, what the hell this man talking about? No, bro, I'm in the church as soon as I get off the stream. But I'm going to the store first. I'm like, what is he talking about? Gang, what is he talking about? He said it got massive volume. I go check the volume, and the volume saying 1K in 27 transactions in the entire week, meaning 7 days. Only 27 people transaction with that token. Good luck, Bubba. Let me get a 8-cent Jasmine this year, and I'll ride off in this. We need it. We need it, Beebs. We need it, Beebs. Boy, do we. Jasmine. Jasmine get out that monitoring zone, it's gonna fly. Like, that's the one thing that Constellation, ticker DAG, they're in the data, big data, area, but they don't have the social engagement that Jasmine has. And this is why I'm so bullish on Jasmine, because Jasmine has that meme coin community feel. Guys, this is why TA does work. Look at this. Perfect rejection off the 786. People talk about, oh, TA. Yeah, I put my fucking Fibonacci's on and they be on point every time. Every single time. Fibonacci's be on point. Perfect 786 rejection here, right? You gotta expect the 786 rejection. This rally, you got these two wick candles, which is bearish. Jasmine probably will go a little bit lower before it goes higher. But it probably is going to start a trend here. So even though we could be in a little range, maybe Jasmine starts a little range here, right? That's what you want to see, right? You want to see Jasmine start a stairway to heaven up out of this golden box, right? And once we get out of this golden box, there's a good chance that we can finally blast up out of here. But we got to get above the 618, which is 2.5 pennies. Until we get above 2.5 pennies, we could struggle, right? We could struggle, but it looks like we're trying to move in the right direction, right? We're trying to start a new trend to the upside, and then which would be good, right? You want to see this little channel here trend to the upside. But usually when you do get these channels here that trend to the upside, they usually trend to the upside and then they break back down and come to retest the golden box again. So just, something to look for. I'm not saying that this is exactly what's going to happen, but I can see this happening. I can see us getting out of the box. Ethereum starts to push up. I can see Jasmine starting to push up. Maybe getting rejected to here at some of this structure and coming to retest the 618 at about 2.5 pennies. 2.5 pennies. We need to turn 2.5 pennies to support. We need to turn 2.5 pennies to support. Until then, you got a good opportunity to add to your bag if that's something that you are interested in. Elbow. Congratulations to you, Hypnotic Gaming. Everything's been getting better since I got my PC. I'm joining the Patreon soon, bro. I can use advice which cryptos I should withdraw and put the money in. Yeah, man, I kind of do research, more like research. And then you go do your research and you make a decision from there. I didn't know it was no. Yeah, man. Pull up. I'm sitting on a. Yeah, man. I think it's a bet, bro. I've been doing a lot of research on ZBCN, man. Y'all starting to sell me, bro. Y'all starting to sell me. GS, what's up, baby? Yeah, I got some red wine in here, man. Just chilling. It's nice and healthy for you guys. Red wine is nice and healthy for you. Beeb, ZBCN is a good one. Zach Rector is now talking about it. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people talk about ZBCN being on the news, right? And I went over ZBCN in the Patreon today. So y'all may be seeing some ZBCN content coming soon to the channel if I decide to buy a bag. I've been leaning on it. So what's going on, if you missed the first part of the stream, I'm trying to add a payment DeFi token to my portfolio. Fine sense, but I'm starting to see payment DeFi being adopted in Web 2 outside of just crypto, specifically ZBCN, XRP, and XCN, and maybe XLM. So I'm trying to pick one out of there. I'm leaning towards ZBCN, right? I like the potential. Less than a market cap, and they're already being adopted by a plethora of different Web2 companies for their payroll services, right? So you can actually pay people who do gigs and freelancers literally by the second, opposed to them having to wait. So it's something that retail can use, opposed to a lot of these payment DeFi platforms being tailored towards enterprises and institutions. ZBCN is the first one that I'm seeing also grasp the attention of retail. And I think that really, really matters when you. Why did Solana explode? Because enterprises, institutions use it, but it also was able to grasp the attention of retail. And I'm starting to see that with ZBCN as far as payment DeFi. So definitely a narrative I want to be a part of, a DPIN narrative. And I'm looking at those options, right? XRP, XLM, CN, and ZBCN. I don't want to hold all of them. They all have different things, but they all come down to the same denominator, payment DeFi. I don't think you need to have 7 fucking payment DeFi tokens in your portfolio. Pick one, motherfucker. Just pick fucking one. All right? Stop having 7 of them. Pick one. They all do similar things, but you don't need all of those. You need one. Then you get AI, then you get RWA. Stop picking 7 tokens in the same narrative. That's just crazy. Beeves, thank you for the $4.99, baby. You know I'm in a poorhouse and I need it. Thank you, Beebs. Thank you, Beebs. Thank you for the $4.99, Beebs. Thank you, bro. Yes, sir. Zebek is on Solana, and I like it. I like it. And I'm loving the meme feeling behind it with the community. So I may start bringing content on the table. I've done extensive research on ZBCN, guys. I just released a video on the Patreon. I also got a few hit articles come out that I've created myself, visuals for ZBCN. So I'm getting everything lined up. I've also been looking at my beta plated Jasmine. If Jasmine continues to go through FUD with the monitoring zone, I will be possibly putting some liquidity in beta play fade to Jasmine, which is Constellation DAG. They're also a project that's USA based that handles the big data market as well. So if you have done research on AI, you know AI can't live without data. I initially was a big fan of just Jasmine in that data sector, but I'm warming up to Constellation as well in that data sector. And I even like it more that it's based out of the USA opposed to being based out of Japan. So not saying that I'm losing any type of conviction or anything on Jasmine. I just want to make sure I have a backup plan to the big data market if Jasmine continues to go through this tug and pull with Binance, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. There's nothing wrong with having a plan B if your plan A doesn't work. All right, I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate everybody that showed up to the chat. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate the like and subscribes and the shares. And hopefully YouTube takes me out of the shadow realm and I can start, people can start getting notifications again of my stream. So with that being said, I guess we'll get up out of here. We put in 2 hours a day, guys. Go check out the video I did about Infineon. So I know a lot of people have been asking me about the a follow-up on Infineon here. I did do a follow-up video on Infineon, so go check this out. This is a new layer 2 blockchain. The pre-sale is finally over, and now the token goes live on the 22nd, right? So the official Infineon token goes live on the 22nd, and it will be listed first on Uniswap. So if you're looking for a new project, maybe you wait for some of the pre-sale dumpers to dump off and you find a good initial entry with Infineon. But make sure you go watch all 3 videos that I did. They did sponsor our content today. So salute to the Infineon team, guys. Make sure you go check that out. It was my latest video that I did do today right there. Infineon, the next big layer 2. So go check that out, guys, if you're into sleeper layer 2 plays. The team is Docs. They do YouTube videos every week, and they even just launched their own version of Pump.Fun for their ecosystem. Love to see teams that's building even throughout a bearish environment, and those guys are Docs. They've been executing literally everything that they said they did, right? Chain, swap, token locker, token launcher, everything. So go check out my Infineon blockchain videos, guys, and let me know what y'all think about that. Another AI data play is Forta. Let's check it out. Forta. Oh man, yeah. I don't want nothing on ETH, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I got Jasmine. I mean, yeah, the potential was there, but once I seen it's built on ETH, bro, I don't want nothing on ETH, bro. I'm done. I'm until ETH give me some type of life. I don't even want to buy shit on ETH, bro. I'm not even finna throw no more money into no ERC20 tokens until ETH shows me life. It's no point. Like, yeah, we're buying the lows, but if ETH keeps going lower, what happens, bro? We just gonna keep going lower, bro. Our ERC20 tokens will not survive without Ethereum going up. So there's no point in me buying no ETH tokens until ETH bottoms out and I see some type of life from Ethereum. They got the ETH BTC chart got to show me something, bro. Like I'm literally poking it with the stick. So I know LAI is another one. What layer AI is another one. But for now, I'm gonna stick to Jasmy because they are building their own chain, but they're also on ETH. But I really like DAG. DAG is quickly going up my list to data plates. Guys, these guys have a partnership with the fucking US Air Force, man. And they manage data for the US Air Force. You know, and you can see here this chart is clean, man. Very, very clean chart. Very, very clean chart. It had a huge run in 2021. So I do believe if we get altcoin season, this thing is going to absolutely send. It's going to absolutely send. So I just listed crypto.com with listed. Crypto.com, please, you listed RSR. Please list DAG, bro. Because now I got to like create my wallet and buy DHG from their specific blockchain. They literally partner with the Air Force. They got some of the most bullish partnerships. Nobody talks about this. And they're working to streamline data for like car dealerships like Ford and EV cars. This project, because of the rise of AI, is going to be a hit record. And it's made in the USA. Some of the biggest players talk about it that allegedly work in the SEC. So SEC got players that work for the SEC that allegedly have done some things with Constellation and also Reserve Protocol. So put those on your watch list if you're into like crypto reserve cryptos or USA based cryptos. DAG, Constellation, RSR, Reserve Protocol. Put those on your watch list, okay? Put them on your watch list. All right, where was I? So let me get up out of here. ZBCN also runs on Stellar XLM. Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. I said it a long time ago. Ethereum fees are too high. You just need 100x just to feel like you earned profits. Just saying, for the average investor, they won't like $20. Yeah. People already. That's why people run to Solana, bro. They run to Solana because they're not really wanting to do all that. And that MetaMask is slow. It's clunky. It's clunky on the phone. Like everything about Solana is just better than Ethereum. I know ETH people don't like me saying this. Frankly, I just don't care. I'm just keeping it honest. Like I just don't see it. I just don't see how ETH, man. I mean, outside of just the ETFs and the lure from the ETFs and your ability to build and stuff like that, outside of that, like we really need like ETH to show something from a price standpoint for altcoins, specifically ERC20 tokens, to have any type of life. Look at the memes on ETH. Like they've been getting slaughtered, bro. Like nobody even talks about meme coins on ETH. I think Jesus coin just pumped like 50% though. Just on purchasing some ETH, then when they see the swap fee, they will instantly feel dissatisfied and disappointed. Is that how you personally feel, AOKG? All right, guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate everybody that showed up to the chat. Yeah, she might Crypto Millie. Catch me in the Discord. I'll be in the Discord hanging out once I get back from the store. Catch me in the Discord. I'll be hanging out there, and anybody that's trying to get in the trenches, maybe I'll open up the trenches a little bit later. But I will be hanging around the Discord, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. It's your boy Crypto Millie.